Hi guys, welcome to the Free For All podcast, and today we're going to do a different structure. We actually have structure in the podcast now, because normally we just do whatever, whenever. But our lovely Michael here decided to have some structure. He felt that structure was needed.
Yeah, just a little bit, so that it's
Who are you guys talking to?
We're doing the podcast right now.
Oh,
I announced it. We were doing the podcast, and I counted down.
yeah. He did the five, the three, the two.
he never said one.
Yeah, I
Yeah, he
said
did.
one.
I heard him.
I must have. Continue.
Anyway, guys, we have structure on the podcast now. Yay! A little news for my side anyway. We're recording this the day after we normally record it because college and college things happened, and I stood up the entire night doing things, and I was tired, so I slept through the entire day, literally, and forgot about the podcast. So,
I was super busy yesterday. Good thing it was.
But I was also kind of busy.
all right. So apparently, it just worked out for the better that I did not do the podcast yesterday. So that's a good thing. So we're
You
recording this
say
the day
that,
after the
but
what?
you say that, but like,
What? Okay. Okay. I think you cut out again.
of course I cut out because I had to put the stupid freaking sensitivity on this microphone so low, and I talk so quietly, naturally that I just
I think you have to yell a
nothing.
bit more then.
I have to yell, or you can't hear me because the only other way I talk is like muttering and whispering. So I literally have to yell for my voice to be picked up.
Anyway, so so yeah, we're recording this the day after. That's on my fault because I guess that was on me. But anyway, we have structure, and I think we're gonna start it off by doing what, Michael?
Uh,
World
certain,
news.
um, summed up really quickly. Things that don't have much to say.
Like news stories right now.
Okay, so guys, I don't know if you know this or not, but our president called King unsmart cookie.
Frankie, I think you have to turn your sensitivity a little bit up. You're cutting it
I
out.
thought you said I was coming.
Either that or just yell.
Either that, or you're gonna have to willingly yell.
Do what I do.
So
Yell.
our president called King Jong Un a unsmart cookie.
What?
President.
Our president called King Jong Un a unsmart cookie.
Oh, okay. Okay, I had to think about that one for a little bit. Why would he call him an unsmart cookie?
Because King Jong Un is all like, if you guys don't get rid of Donald Trump, I'll get rid of Donald Trump for you. And then Donald Trump just kind of like, you're an idiot.
I hate to agree with Trump, but he's kind of right. Like you just don't get rid of a president. If you do,
I
then you're gonna
mean-
start a war.
Yeah. I was gonna
Interesting
say-
fact. I don't think this was on American news, so I said it just because of that. I watch BBC.
Okay. So anyway, that's Frankie's news of the day. Mine is that Nintendo decided to release a new 2DS XL, and it's $150. And I think this is kind of a weird decision for them because they're out on the heels of the Switch release, and them releasing another 2DS XL is kind of weird.
I think it's just Nintendo doesn't know the business.
Yeah. Either way, it's $150. That's the most cheapest console that I could get if I really wanted a 2DS. which would probably be very helpful for me if I wanted to play games
Like the Pokemon.
like the
Like
Pokemons,
Pokemon.
maybe Dragon Ball Fusions if I really wanted to.
Nope, not Dragon Ball Fusions. Get Pokemon.
Why?
Um,
I could get both.
Michael also get Pokemon,
Well,
and then we
Sun,
can
Sun
do
and Moon.
a Soul Lock.
We wait. What is that?
Well, me and Josh can do a Soul Lock because we would cooperate well. Duran, me and you can do a Rival Lock.
I
What
mean,
the heck is a Soul Lock and a Rifle Lock?
yeah. What is that?
A Soul Lock is when. Okay, so let's just. I'm gonna use red and green for an example.
Yeah.
In red and green, we would both go to Route 1, and we would both catch something on Route 1, but it's not allowed to be the same Pokemon as the other person. And let's say later on, I caught a Pidgey. Let's say my Pidgey died and fainted in battle. Then Josh would also have to get rid of the Pokemon that fainted for him.
Okay, so
That's really weird.
So we would have completely different parties, but we would have to cooperate with them. And also, the first typing in our like we're not gonna have two Pokemon in the party that's the same type.
let's say you catch a Pidgey and Josh decides to catch a Pikachu. That'd be fine.
Yes, that's fine. But if I caught a Pidgey and then on Route 2 a Spearow showed up, those are both normal flying types. So I would have to get rid of one, and Josh would have to box the partner of whatever I got rid of.
Okay.
And I'm guessing this is a self-imposed challenge a la, like,
God, I forget.
It's an arbitrary set of rules that people set for each other to make it more entertaining to watch and harder to do.
okay, so it's...
Yeah. So is that
Man, I feel-
the partner one or is that the rival one?
That's the partner one.
What's the rival one?
I'm blanking on it right now, but I'll get back to you on that.
Okay.
Makes sense.
Okay, that's understandable. Anyways, back to 2DS XL. I probably will get the 2DS XL when I do have money, but as of right now, I can't get it. So
I think one of my favorite things to come out of this 2DSL talk is the fact that I remembered a recent podcast from the Super Best Friend cast.
but
Pat, which is one of the guys on said podcast,
uh-huh.
stated that he thinks the Wii U should die now that the Switch is out. The Wii U should die, and Nintendo should just stop making portable games or mobile games due to the fact that they already have the Switch, which could basically just be turned into a portable console.
It's kind of hard to do because in America, the Switch is doing really, really well. But in Japan,
Yeah.
we all know that mobile gaming is really hot there. So they're not just going to stop doing. So they're not going to just stop doing the mobile gaming thing because they want to sell things in Japan. And the 3DS is apparently doing really, really well there compared to the Switch. So it's kind of a needed thing for Japan, but not needed for us. So.
It's just I get the idea. It's like the Switch is basically the best like mobile handheld console because it's like legitimate like console level like it's basically the equivalent of being able to pick up your PS4 and go anywhere with it.
Yeah,
Instead
I'm
of like-
high-key playing Breath of the Wild right now, actually.
you're playing Breath of the Wild during the podcast.
Yes.
Good. You should be doing that.
Man, I want to I'm waiting for them to probably make a better version before I pick one up.
A better version of what?
The Switch.
There's nothing wrong with it.
I know, but I kind of feel like I don't want to buy the first
I
ever
get what you
console,
mean.
like the first
Stating
console. Really.
that he's waiting for the PS4 Pro of the Nintendo Switch to come.
Yeah.
I actually did wait for the PS4 Pro because there were like 4 games that I didn't want. And that was all the PS4 had to offer. However, with the Switch, they had Breath of the Wild. And everyone was all like, oh my gosh, you gotta play Breath of the Wild. It's the best game in the world ever. And it will never be beaten. And I was just kind of like, okay.
That's an exaggeration. Breath of the
It
Wild
is
is pretty
not. That is.
that good.
Did you not see the commercial for it? It's literally got a 10 on everything.
Yeah, and some of those people are just like blowing up like their own ego because Breath of the Wild is a fantastic, amazing, wonderful game, but it has issues. All the people that say the game is
Like
perfect,
rain.
like what?
Rain.
Oh,
Rain.
right.
It happens randomly and it completely screws you over.
That's a good thing. Actually. I'm talking about like
No, it's not a good thing when you're wearing metal armor and then it starts raining, and you forget that it's raining, and if you're wearing metal while it's raining, thunder strikes you and kills you automatically.
that's that's awesome. No, I'm talking about like gameplay contrivances like the crafting, not the weapon degradation system that is exceptionally exaggerated. You get like an amazing like top tier weapon that like breaks after like four enemies.
That's why you gotta use your weapons sparingly.
Use your
I mostly use
a
arrows to
game of
save up my good
killing
weapons.
monsters. Use your weapons sparingly.
And then there are wands and staff things that you shoot magic stuff from, and as long as they don't make physical contact with an object, they don't break. And you also have this koroki leaf, which I love to use to throw people off cliffs, and that also doesn't break unless you touch people with it.
You
The,
just push
the
people off the
saying that
cliffs.
though,
Yep.
saying that though, that's the equivalent of saying in Metal Gear Solid, it's like don't kill people. Everyone needs to be choked out. If you shoot a person, you lose health yourself, and it's like no, that's stupid. And it's
In
like,
Metal
well,
Gear
there's-
Solid, I try my best to be like not seen.
well, that's the. I'm saying
Like
if you
if I
take
ever get, I put it on the difficulty that if you get seen, you lose.
I've been playing the Phantom Pain, so I don't have that difficult. It's just the game just slowly gets more difficult as you play it.
Side note here, Frankie, you are echoing a little bit.
God,
You
there's
need to
another
make up
echo.
your mind as to what you want me to do.
I don't know what to do. I'm not an expert at this type of thing.
It's just lit.
Okay, I'm just going to project like if I was an actor, which
Yeah,
I'm not. I'm
project is-
totally not an actor.
Frankie, project as loud and as hard as you can.
That would be kind of loud, though.
It would be kind of loud.
Yeah, it would. But whatever.
Anyway, so oh yeah, I would like to rant real quick because I know Josh, you don't like Dragon Ball Super, but they came out with that character, female Broly character, and they named her the stupidest name that I could ever think of.
In the name's defense already, most Dragon Ball characters have joke names. So
So it's not that bad, but it's like, why pick
Like,
why pick this name? It was I don't know how to pronounce it though, Caulifla or something.
okay, look, I got you right here. Broly is the Japanese word for broccoli. Caulifla is obviously cauliflower.
Yeah, I know it's
That's
cauliflower, but it's like
So
that's awesome.
it's just that simple.
it's not that bad because I actually like the character because we only got one scene and with her, and it's like she's surrounded by mafia members. I'm convinced that she's the head of a mafia group. I'm convinced.
Did I mention you also can't climb walls when it's
What in the Legend of
Breath of the Wild?
Oh, okay.
It's kind of like one of the main things you have to do everywhere, and if
Wait, what's the main thing you have to do everywhere? In Breath
Climb.
of the Wild?
climb,
Oh yeah, that's part of the game.
yep, you can't climb if it's raining.
Anyway, so back to the scene I was talking about. Apparently her name's Cauliflower. That's her her vegetable or whatever name. She's part of the mafia. I'm convinced of that. And yeah, I actually like the character. If they give her the personality I think they're gonna give her, then I might like this character a lot more than Gohan.
I like just about every character more than Go.
Gohan is training right now, and he's
Spoilers.
coming back.
Spoilers.
I don't care. I really don't care.
Gohan.
Spoilers for me.
You haven't even. How far have you gone?
I'm reading the manga.
Oh, you.
I, I I I have some spoilers. Gohan sucks. That's my.
Yes,
Gohan does
that's
not
true.
suck.
That'll
He
never
used to
change.
be awesome. I understand that, but
He
now
never was awesome.
he was awesome. He took down Cell. He surpassed his father.
Wow.
He
I don't want to fight you,
Oh
but
my
I
god!
have to. Oh my
and
gosh,
yet
you killed my dad.
Gohan surpassed Goku in power. He took on
Killed
Majin
my
Buu.
And then he didn't in like a couple of years.
What do you mean in a couple of years?
Like World Tournament. Oh my gosh, you are now weaker than Super Saiyan Vegeta.
So basically, what you're
Because it
saying
doesn't
is
train. Because
this
it's
type
I
of anime.
blame it on Chi Chi. I blame it on Chi Chi. Chi Chi is like the source of all his problems, and I hate her for it.
Especially to the fact that the reason why this has been put on excessive reps, even cool characters have been ruined due to the fact that they have to like extend the life of the show and like trade off writers and stuff.
Yeah, but I really don't like Chi Chi. I never did. I
I liked her
she
better
could
than Gohan. She was great in Dragon Ball.
she's not great
She
now.
was pretty good.
She could die in the series, and I would not really care.
I
Well,
would go ballistic. Chi Chi hasn't died.
I could really care less if Chi Chi died. Has she ever died?
If someone kills Gohan or Chi Chi, I would like literally go ballistic. Like who killed them? Who was allowed to kill them? This guy's a big deal now.
I
I
mean,
like how I like how rules is just.
what?
I like how Wolf Rolls is popping in and out of being online and offline.
I don't know what he's doing. Let me ask him.
Oh god. Oh god. Oh
I,
god.
I think by the end of this podcast, I'm going to be literally mute.
I mean, I don't know. Okay, but anyway,
I'm just saying, due to the fact that I have to literally yell, also I hate abuse, literally, but due to the fact that I have to literally yell,
Literally. You literally have to yell.
anyway, yeah.
literally yelling
I don't
right
like
now.
Chi Chi, and let's move on because I feel like we can go about this for hours.
I can literally eat a horse. Literally.
So yeah, so the 2DXL is my news story. Josh, what is your news story?
Oh, I'm definitely gonna save my story for like.
You can't have
How's that
structure
work?
and then not follow the structure.
No, I'm skipping my turn. That's what I'm doing.
Okay.
Because
I gotta
what I
get.
have, the only news stories I have are like long and like they're really interesting to talk about.
Okay.
Well, to me they are.
So we're doing what we did.
Segment's called Short News Stories.
So are we talking about what we did this week?
Yeah,
I guess Frankie,
I
you can
guess
start if you want to, or if you won't, I
let's go
will.
first.
Hold on. You go because I have to kill this hobgoblin.
Okay. In my week, I have uploaded a few more videos, more than I have last week. I've uploaded a few more, some more Yu-Gi-Oh, some more Pokemon, and the podcast from last week. During that time, I've gained a subscriber, so now I have 15 subscribers. I feel
You only have
accomplished.
15?
You got +1 to
How many subscribers do you have on your gaming channel, sir?
On my gaming channel?
Yes, your gaming channel, because that's the only one I'm willing to compare by.
Why?
wait. What about my?
Because vlogs kind of attract a different type of audience than gaming
my
does.
channel.
Yeah.
So
Do you not?
Yes,
do you
but
not,
less audience.
I don't think so. What's happening to my YouTube? Anyway, I don't know.
I don't think so.
I don't think.
That
I haven't
I don't know.
uploaded something on my gaming channel. What? Okay,
What? What happened? Did he die?
I rage quit.
Did you
good
die?
job.
I thought I killed everyone, and then someone hit me with an electric arrow from nowhere. And it was raining, so the electric arrow did like 8 times more damage, and yeah,
That's awesome.
Rest in peace.
because rain.
Idiot.
I have no idea how much I have on my gaming channel.
Like I've uploaded like 3 videos this week. Like
I'm
for,
still
There's 7 days in a week.
still waiting. Stupid video to upload right now. It's at 6 hours left. It went up 1 extra hour.
what are you talking about?
The video that I just finished like recording and editing today. It's at 190 megabytes. Out of 2.64 gigabytes.
And it's taking like how many hours to upload?
Right now it says 6 hours left, and that was like an hour ago. And an hour ago it said 4 hours left.
I don't know what's wrong.
I have 6.
You have 6 videos. I have like how many subscribers?
No, I have 6 subscribers.
I have 15. So
Okay, but I just started.
yeah, I started. Yeah, but I had the channel up for how long did I have it? What, 4 or 5 years? And I only started uploading what in October. So
Are we just having like a subscriber like dick measure contest right now?
no, he's trying to like,
Mine is
criticize
bigger.
me.
Mine is bigger.
He's criticizing me because I only have 15 subscribers. So I'm
Just
defending
saying.
myself.
We're
You
getting
should
a-
have more.
But you introduced that at first. You know what I mean? You like compared yourself to Frankey.
No, I was celebrating for the fact that I have 15 subscribers.
You were celebrating that fact and then compared yourself to Frankey.
No, I only compared because
He was relishing in that fact, and I was all like, only.
yeah he
Oh, okay.
yeah he like tried
So
to
Frankey started it.
yes
so
he started
Frank
it, and I
started
don't want to like compare.
And I'm ending it. It's my turn now because I died. Stupid hobgoblin caught me. Fine.
Anyway, so what was your week like?
All right. So, what are we considering a week? Are we considering from the last podcast to now, or
I think the last podcast to now.
when did we record last?
So like Saturday.
Last
So that'd
Saturday.
be like last Saturday.
Okay. Pulls out my calendar because Frankey is deceptively busy. On Sunday, I was at I want to say shelter, but not really. People don't sleep there for 11 hours helping out.
Mm-hmm.
On Monday, I worked. Tuesday, I worked. On Wednesday, I went to the school to volunteer for an hour, and then I worked.
Well,
On Thursday, I watched a play. Friday, I went to a bonfire. And yesterday, I went to a local talent show, and then had. And now I'm here!
what does the high school
I like-
take volunteers?
I like how he genuinely went through every single day in the week. That's professionalism right there.
Yeah, I'm actually Mr. And the high school takes volunteers on special occasions. There's Reach, which I volunteered to chaperone. There was prom on Sunday. There was there's plays that you can help backstage for. There's arch assemblies, which is what I helped out with.
The Arch Assembly.
Yeah.
Oh God, I hated those. They were they were mostly a talent show. That's what I thought of them as.
It was a talent showcase, not a show. Talent shows are competition.
Yeah, I guess, but I didn't really care for them. I went because you could skip class to go to them. That was the only reason why I went. So I think I only
It was
went to
high key funner to be fun. Well, wait, my bad. It was high key more fun to be in class during the art. There was like 3 people.
Yeah,
Can we make different?
like I only went to like what 3 of them throughout the entire 4 years I was at high school.
Oh, did I upload any videos?
No, you didn't. You haven't uploaded squat. Yeah.
This week I think I did. I think I uploaded 3.
You uploaded
3 whole videos.
Your coming soon videos are like we need to talk about that because you just like
They're
They're
promos.
cringe balls, dude.
they're creepy for me. I worry about
That's
my
the
mental,
point.
I worry about your mental health.
They're not well-crafted horror. They're just terrible.
No, I just worry for his mental state.
No, his mental state's fine. I'd make videos like that if I could. It's just, better.
It's like, what am I watching?
I uploaded 4 videos.
Okay. Yeah, but I worried about your mental health when you uploaded those because I was like, what is he doing?
Yes. All right, so that downloaded well. For New Game Plus, whatever. In here, clear data, blah blah blah.
Anyway,
Yep.
so I guess that. So Michael, what were you doing during the week?
What did I do during the week? I tried streaming a bunch of games. That didn't work because I don't have a good internet connection.
Yeah, I got like 12 notifications for that.
Yeah, because I streamed once and then the game crashed, and then I streamed again and the game crashed. I streamed again, and I just gave up and wanted to like kill myself.
Yeah,
So
I'm
that
not
was
subscribed
fun.
to you, so
That's all right. Feelings hurt.
No comment.
That hurt. That really hurt. Jesus.
I mean, I'm not subscribed to AJ either.
I'm subscribed to all my friends.
I
Luckily,
mean,
all my friends make good content,
you're subscribed
except
to me.
for one person. But that's just because I don't like you.
I mean, it's probably because I forgot to subscribe to you, and I was doing stuff because college. But if you want me to subscribe to you, I can just easily do it right now.
To watch my content. I thought that was like a normal friend thing. Like, oh, you have a YouTube channel? I'm gonna subscribe, even if I don't watch your content. I'm just gonna subscribe.
I mean,
I'm subscribed to you, Josh.
if I do subscribe to people,
thank
I'd
you.
actually watch your content. But if I'm subscribed to you and I don't watch your content, then I feel no need to subscribe to you anymore.
Frankey is literally the only reason why I advertise my streams on the Discord chat. Because even though he does things that bother me sometimes, he still makes my streams more comedic.
I mean, I make it more entertaining as well, just not in the good way.
No, you don't.
You make me want to delete my channel. That's what you do.
It's more entertaining, just not in the good
No,
way.
it's not. It just makes me want to quit YouTube.
It may. Well, I am. Well, you do have to get used to this because there are going to be people like me, or what much worse.
Yeah, but I don't know.
I
them
imagine
personally.
at that point the chat is gonna move so fast. I'm not gonna care.
Like the difference between people being douchebags in the chat and a close friend being a douchebag in the chat is that I don't know them personally, so I'm like, whatever, they're just douchebags. In this case, it's like, all right, you're supposed to be my amigo, but thank you.
I mean, but this is what that's how our friendship works.
Says you.
That's how it works.
Anyways, what else I did with my week is I started playing Persona 5 for the New Game Plus stuff. I'm going to say this every time. Great game, good game, love it. I started
Define every time, because I'm not sure I can take.
Every time I talk about Persona 5, I have to comment on how much I love the game. Every single time.
Every time I go on the PSN store, it's all like recommended for you because you played Netflix. Persona 5.
It's a good game. It's so good.
I don't know.
Because you played Lego Star Wars. Persona 5.
Because you played SmackDown vs. Raw 2007, Persona 5.
Yeah, exactly. Like, what?
It's because they're like shilling that game so hard. They're like, guys, Atlas put serious work into this, so play the Persona 5s.
Yeah, we just can't stream it or record it.
Yeah. But I heard news that supposedly Atlas were gonna push back the embargo. So instead of being like at almost the beginning of the game where you recording just stops letting you record, they're pushing it back to like December something, which if I remember what happens in the game, that's like almost at like the very end. So that's pretty cool. Hopefully they'll keep pushing it back until you can stream the whole game.
Can I do a genocide run in Persona 5?
Yeah.
Did you say yes?
Yeah.
I need that game!
So you're just
You
going to
can-
commit
you can
genocide in
kill-
every game you can?
Kill every
Yes!
monster. You could kill every monster in the game.
No. Everyone.
No, everyone. He says
That
everyone.
would be awesome.
But
You can get your character killed if you want.
Can I kill the NPCs?
No. But
then
you can
that's
get
not.
your
Can I kill the
character.
king? Can I become the king?
If you could become the ultimate phantom.
I can become a ghost.
I don't know what's happening because I never played it, and I can't look up gameplay of it.
Yeah, you can. You can
It's
look
on
up
now.
It's
Josh
out.
You can
streamed it.
totally.
Josh.
No, you can look up. You can look up gameplay of it day one because of the fact that people just go, "Oh, I can't record it from the software held within my PlayStation 4. Well, let me just go get my HD PVR and record it from there, and hope Atlas doesn't see my video and like tell me to kill myself."
They wouldn't do that. They're nice people. Folks over at Atlas.
Sponsor.
I mean, if we ever get sponsors for this podcast, then I'll be a very, very happy person.
Dude, if we ever get sponsors for the podcast, I want one of them to be Bad Dragon. I want that in my life.
I mean,
I think we should get sponsored by Monster Energy because there's no other energy drink better than Monster Energy.
Monster Energy drink's disgusting.
God dang it, Josh! We're not gonna get sponsored by them.
I love Monster. I've tried it. I've tried it a few days ago, and I liked it.
Yeah,
I
see,
tried it,
Monster
I
Energy.
I've tried it. It's really good.
Myself in it.
And apparently,
Michael, have you had any other monster besides the green?
yeah. Have
I've
you?
tried, I've basically dipped my finger into like a bunch of different flavors. So I was like, I'd rather not.
No. You need to try any of the Monster Zeros. Monster Zero, 0 calorie, 0 sugar, all the energy.
Okay.
This episode of the podcast was sponsored by
Monster Energy.
Dragon. That's
If
an
I could
interesting
choose
mix,
a
actually.
sponsor that would sponsor us, I would most likely have it be like McDonald's or something.
Ew.
Dude, they could send me free food.
No, they can't send you food.
I wish it would be a thing.
They could send you like stuff, like their logo on it.
I don't know.
So, are we done with the round table?
Wait. Before we move on from the round table, wouldn't you agree that it'd be super like hilarious to have Bad Dragon as a...
I forget who they are. Remind me again of who they are.
You don't remember what Bad Dragon is?
I forget.
I'll tell you after the podcast.
No,
I'll tell you after.
you have to tell me now.
And now they're freaking. How are they described? They're
Bad Dragon is an American manufacturer of
Yeah. And I think that's hilarious.
Google.
They're toys. They're a toy manufacturer.
They're.
I think I know what.
Oh, Cow Chop. You remember Cow Chop?
Yeah, I do. Why?
See how they have a weird like
No.
pointy,
I
like...
already got what they do from Frankey when he said toy manufacturer.
So
Yep.
in the podcast chat, I listed. Wait, were we talking about this on the chat?
What is it?
That's huge.
Were we talking about this during the podcast or no? Is this something I should say?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's the rules for the rival lock.
Okay.
In the rival lock, we're both playing the same game. Duh. Upon reaching a checkpoint, let's say a gym or a different city or level per se, we do a battle, and then when whoever wins the battle gets to decide whether or not I either get to steal a Pokemon from you. Let's say I win, I get to steal a Pokemon from you, or I get to say that Pokemon can evolve, or I get to say that Pokemon died in the battle.
That's a pretty grim.
You must give every Pokemon you capture a nickname. I'm not.
Yeah, it's the Nuzlocke, and then the rival lock rules are at 5. Then when we get to the Elite Four, because I will have every single time, you're not gonna have much to do. So you don't have the rival lock, the Nuzlocke rules for the Elite Four specifically.
Mm-hmm.
But I do, and then we add up the wins and losses, and I win.
I mean, I wish we can do online play for Leaf Green and Fire Red on the emulators.
We might be able to. I'm pretty sure you can.
Could we? Because I have Leaf Green on emulator on the.
And I have Fire Red, so that would work.
I mean, we could try it right after, see if it works, but or I could look it up, try to see if we can do it. So
I was also going to explain my logic as to why I'm difficult to have Bad Dragons spawn on the show, and it's because like of like
no. I mean,
Like,
if they
they put
sponsor
a-
us, fine. But if they send me anything, then I'm just gonna. I don't know what I'm gonna
they
do
put
with it.
they put like an uncountable work into like what they do. Like each product that you can purchase is a character. It has a backstory and like a description and everything. It's the weirdest, most like in-depth thing ever, and I think that's the funniest thing in the universe.
I mean, I don't know if they're gonna send me anything. I wish they didn't, because I'm not into that type of thing.
Nah, just
I mean,
I don't think I'm gonna. Never mind. Scratch what I just said.
I don't even whatever. Anyway, so what were we doing after our weeks went by? We were
Like longer news stories.
and you were gonna mention something about discussions.
Longer news stories that we could like talk
You
about.
wanted to talk about something in the
What do you
news
mean?
that you said skip.
You said you wanted to skip your turn.
In this bit right here that I'm describing right now. Jesus,
Then why didn't you tell me the news story?
my God.
Because it's long.
I'm going to talk about it in this segment right now.
Yeah, so talk about it now.
Let me talk about it then. Oh my God.
I'm giving the floor to Josh.
Yeah,
I'm
I'll
going
also
to
give
have-
the floor to Josh.
Thank you. I very much. I just realized I'm talking quietly for a joke, and you probably can't hear me.
Nope.
Nope.
Balls. Anyways,
Big balls.
do you guys know what the Witcher games are?
I know the Witcher.
I've heard of them.
You've heard of them. Do you know about the Metro games, like Metro 2033?
No.
No.
Okay, well, the Metro games are a post-apocalyptic game series that take place in metros.
Fallout.
Yeah, but the reason why you're in a bunch of like subways and metros and stuff is because of the fact that the overworld is all radioactive and.
Oh, it's that game. With the guy, Big Daddy.
Nope. Anyways, so the creator of the book series that The Witcher is based off of. Let me check if I'm still connected, just in case.
You are.
You are.
Okay. He got interviewed, the creator of The Witcher series, and he was asked like, "Oh, what do you think about like The Witcher series and stuff like that?" And he said, the cliche old man stuff because he's like 68 years old. Oh, video games are dumb and blah blah blah. The cliche stuff. He thinks that the game is famous because of the books, even though it's the exact opposite. The only reason anyone cares about the Witcher books is because of the games, but whatever. And one of the things that was super interesting to think about was the fact that he stated that the Witcher games ripped him off, like the devs behind the games, even though they're not, and I'll explain why shortly. The games are like making so much money off of his series and whatever he created, and the characters are so different, the world's different, whatever. Even though the Witcher games are a near like perfect like kind of representation of the books. And there's even a moment like a story point in The Witcher that requires you to go into the books and read them if you want to know like what exactly is going on. Like two characters have history that have never been introduced in the game, introduced in the books. So basically, the Witcher games are good ways to get into. And my
I don't
favorite
like
thing
books.
I don't like them either.
is books are great. Anyways, my brain's not working.
Not sponsored by books.
Totally sponsored by books. No, actually, we should be sponsored by Audible because books are great, but reading sucks. That's the moral to this story. Get an audiobook. Audiobooks are way better. Anyways, so getting back onto him stating these games ripped me off. When Proyak, the people who made the Witcher game, went up to him and stated, "Hey, can we use your book series as a basis for game?" Oh yeah, that's Metro 2030. The game takes place in Russia. So my brain's not working. CD Projekt went up to the guy who made the Witcher books and stated, like, "Hey, can we use your series as a basis for the universe in our game?" He said, video games are dumb, and I don't believe that they're going to go anywhere. But sure, but instead of giving me royalties, like giving me a chunk of the money that you make from the game, just give me it all in one lump sum, and that's it, because I know your video game thing isn't going anywhere. So basically, he screwed himself over out of like a ton of money that he, and that's probably one of the reasons why he's so salty, because he has made very little money off of the games.
I mean,
even though he had the perfect opportunity to say, "Oh yeah, sure, give me that sweet money."
I mean, when people, probably older people, say this, games are pretty dumb and useless. I say, screw you. No, they're not. They're just like books. They're just like TV and movies. Just added.
Screw you. No, they're not.
Yeah, screw you. No, they're not.
No, they're not like TV books
I mean,
at all.
They're like a more,
I kind of think
like,
of it as this.
they're comparable to TVs and books in the way that they're a form of media that can tell a story, but they're more interactive. That's the only real difference.
That's how I see it. When I tell people this, I tell them they're like movies or TV, but they interact with people, and it really gives them a sense of
The world.
interaction with the world that you couldn't get with TV or movies or books. So
I disagree.
And the reason why I brought up the Metro guy is because of the fact that he said basically the exact opposite as the Witcher dude, the Witcher book guy, where he's like, "Dude, I love the fact that my books were turned, and these games are awesome, and I'm like I'm like really close to the directors, so I can like bring up like, hey, I would like you to do this because this thing doesn't fit with my books," and they go, "Oh yeah, that sounds like a good idea, no problem, person whose world we're basing our game."
yeah, so
I think that's super hilarious.
yeah, it's mainly his fault. So
It's totally his fault. He screwed himself in the end. Like, if you want to have your opinions about video games, like, whatever, man. Games aren't for everyone. That's fine. But, like, he screwed himself over and then is mad over the fact that it's like, "Oh, this thing's doing better than my books." Even though, like, you could probably work out some kind of thing like, "Hey, oh, another thing I love is that they changed book covers, like,
what
it's
is
the
that?
book covers, so that the character on the cover looks more like the character in the game.
So
Of course, that ticks them off
okay,
Why is my name still Trunks?
you haven't
because he
changed
changed
it.
it.
I mean, I thought you would change it by now, but I thought I was incorrect in my thinking. Are you? He's changing it now. Okay, I assume he's changing it now.
He should change. Badass. Yeah, I got a chuckle.
The Phantom. What?
Wait, did you change your name to the Phantom Thief?
He close to it.
You changed it to Phantom Theft.
No, it's a thief with a PH instead of an F.
But what about
Oh wait,
the
I forgot the I. I forgot the I.
Yeah, you spelled theft.
I mean, I really don't care what you call yourself, but having two Phantom Thieves is going to be really hard to differentiate you unless if I didn't have the profile picture up.
Dude, we're both the part of the Phantom Thieves of Hearts.
I guess.
I'm Joker.
Joker.
And I'm Rumpelstiltskin.
No, that's not a Phantom. Um.
I'm
Oh,
confused.
right ahead.
What's happening?
I'm trying to think of what character he would.
Who? Frankie?
Yeah,
Just think of the most
I
clever,
guess.
cynical person you could ever think of.
Maybe he'd be. Give me a sec. I'll come back with you with it.
Anyway, so speaking of people that are very similar to us, I think we had a conversation at one point where I was watching some old Rooster Teeth videos, and Joel had decided to leak out Jack's number to RTX.
I thought you were Joel.
There's a Joel
I
in
call
Rooster
him.
Teeth.
Middle name is Joel.
Yeah, that's my middle name.
That's why I call him Joel because I think it's a super.
Anyway, back to my story. Joel had leaked Jack's phone number out to people, and Jack got like 400 voicemails.
His phone basically.
And I talked to Josh, and he said that I was very similar to Joel from Rooster Teeth. And he said, and I don't know, and I could see the similarities because he's also Caboose from Red vs. Blue. So
Joel is Caboose?
Yeah, Joel's Caboose.
I didn't know that. That's
know
pretty
that?
neat.
Just listen to him talk, and then listen to Caboose talk. It's like very similar.
I'm really bad with associating voice actors with like their characters, unless they have like the same voice they use for each character. Like
Wait, Croc!
Yuri Lowenthal sounds the exact same whether he used Ben 10 or Yosuke Hanamura or like, you know, he sounds the exact same for every character. So I go, that's Yuri Lowenthal. I know him.
I mean, if you really want to know if he's really Caboose, go to On the Spot episode 7, where he teams up with Jack and the certain segment, and you can really tell that he's Caboose. You could absolutely tell that he's the voice actor for Caboose. That's how I knew he was Caboose. And apparently season 15 just came out not too long ago, and I've been watching it, and it's awesome.
It's short news that just popped up now, so I say it now. The giant panda is no longer an endangered.
The giant pandas are no longer an endangered species?
Right. So now we can eat.
So that thing that that thing that the adult website did actually helped the giant pandas.
What?
What are you talking about?
You didn't hear that story?
No. What story are you talking about?
I'm just excited to eat panda again.
No.
I think I'm my job on this podcast will be to talk about like the mature topics you two are too scared to talk about. But an adult video website that I don't remember which one, like which was the name of one, with, you know what I mean. It's it did like a thing called like panda porn or something where you dressed up in panda the sex and like half of the money that that video made goes into like panda like research to make them reproduce or whatever.
So we all know what Josh does in his spare time.
Yeah. Anyway,
I heard that Michael was a furry.
Yeah, basically. Also, those two things don't go together. I've actually watched some of those videos, and it is the weirdest thing ever because grown adults in not even well-made suits, like fur suits or anything. It's like hanging off of them awkwardly, and it's just really weird. And I was just like, well, that's enough of this for today. I don't. I think I need to take a shower.
Look,
because-
guys,
What?
now we
What?
can eat them again.
I'm not gonna eat a panda.
I like how that's the basis of your logic. Now we can eat them again.
No. What is this?
The article.
Oh, okay. Oh, you renamed yourself again.
Anyways, freaking basically, oh, it was Pornhub. They saved the world.
Yeah, because I eat them.
Okay.
They basically saved.
So. Okay. I'm still trying to get around this
I like how you
panda
don't know.
thing.
I like how you don't know how to like move on from this. You're just like,
I don't know how to move on from this. It's really weird. Thanks, I guess. But
you're welcome. Oh my god, shut up about your stupid panda. Like,
what is he doing?
he's just posting up links to things that say like, "Hey, eat pandas. Pandas are good because they're no longer endangered."
Just because they're endangered doesn't mean we should eat them.
But now we're allowed to.
Now we're allowed to. Doesn't mean we have
not
to.
Really, if it becomes like a
That's
problem
like-
that there's
that's-
so many
that's
pandas
like
that
if-
then we'll start killing some.
that's-
But
That's like if Trump decided that The Purge was a good movie and we should do that. It's like, I mean, yeah, we have permission to murder people, but I mean, I don't wanna.
So we do. The population is too big anyways.
Oh my goodness.
I have to
So-
agree with him on that. It's like why
So
is there so many people?
confirmed in this video, Frankie would totally murder people if he was allowed.
I would only murder people if they try to murder me. Then I'd murder them.
You're both murderers.
It's
I
called
don't know
No,
how-
wait, hold on.
It's called self-defense. Okay.
I would only murder the stupid people.
The stupid people. And what do you mean stupid?
Define.
Well, the fact that you don't know what I mean, I might kill you.
I mean,
Oh
I know
my
what he
God.
means, so I'm not
So
going to be
literally
killed.
anyone with a dissenting amount of knowledge, you would murder?
If they are slow to learn, quick to act, I will kill them.
Well, I'm dead.
Slow to learn, but quick to act.
Yes.
I'm dead. Apparently.
So wait. I know I'm probably escalating this past what you're thinking of, but you would murder those with a mental handicap?
Yes.
Wow.
Jesus Christ. Are you
Don't
sure?
need them!
You don't need them. Holy hell.
You're going to dig
This is
yourself into a
another
big
time
hole
in which
once this is
This is another time in which I think the podcast audience are gonna definitely side with what I'm saying.
I'm
'Cause
okay
that's-
with that. You don't
that's
need
a-
them. I'm not a liar.
That's a little bad.
I mean, anyway,
I am speaking what everyone is thinking.
No,
We
you're
don't
not
need
speaking
them.
what
Not
everyone
everyone
is
is
thinking.
thinking.
You're thinking what sociopaths are thinking.
I mean,
What's a sociopath?
Oh my god.
for my reasoning is that if someone decides to murder me, I'm going to try to murder them first. So it's basically self-defense.
I just want
How
to cleanse the
come
world.
Joe's logic is less horrible than yours?
It's because I don't think about murdering the mentally handicapped.
Yeah, that's probably a bad thing.
It's not just the mentally handicapped; it's also the handicapped handicap.
So you're gonna.
Oh my
Oh
God.
my god! Stop talking! Stop talking! You're gonna dig yourself into a big hole.
I
And everyone's
love the mental image of Frankie just walking around with a gun and shooting everyone in a wheelchair or with like a crutch.
I'm gonna
you see.
title this.
I
Video,
wouldn't use a gun. That's so violent.
I'm going to
That's
title
not-
this video.
What would you do?
Frankie the.
I would use like a syringe. Give them all AIDS.
I'm going to title this video "Frankie the Psychopath," and then they're gonna say, "Wait, what?" Click on the link and then go to this part of the podcast and say
So-
Frankie's like complete psychopath.
Also,
You mean
you
sociopath?
say that you wouldn't shoot people because that's violent, but you'd inject them with AIDS?
A needle is a lot less violent.
A needle's less violent, but more horrible.
And
It's
I'm
like if you shoot someone
sure
in the face and hit them in the brain, they're dead within like femtoseconds.
my goal is assisted suicide. If
Assisted suicide, assuming that they wanted to die in the first place.
I can
This podcast is officially gone.
This
We're
is
all
where the
going to
podcast
hell
shines.
for associating with this podcast now.
This
okay, but listen, they don't contribute. We don't need them. They're big moochers.
You were like,
they're gonna find this
You were,
video.
like,
They're
starting
gonna
a
blame me
genocide
for what
with
you
this
say, and then I'm going to get in trouble.
I know, that's why I can say what.
Because they're all gonna pin the blame on me. Because this is going up on my channel.
Right, not on mine. I can say
that's the best
whatever I want.
Thanks, Frankie.
That's the best part. That this is just going straight up on Joel's channel, so he's gonna get the brunt of this.
Thanks, Frankie, for all the hate comments that you're about to leave on my video.
No one's gonna come and hate comments. You're gonna be like, that guy's a dick, but right.
There's going to be some hate
No,
comments.
no one's
There's
gonna
going
say
to
right.
be some hate comments. Guaranteed.
No one's gonna say that you're right.
No one is gonna like.
They're gonna think it.
No one's gonna even think it.
I don't know about that.
They go, wow, that's pretty messed up. You shouldn't do that to people who.
They're
We
making
have to think logically, not emotionally. What do they
Dude,
provide? If we're going
Dude,
to see the
Wow.
way this topic started was killing is legal, and we have to lower the population. So if we have to lower the population,
I never
why
said
kill
that.
a normal person?
Stated that the purge was legal, so random nonsensical murder is okay.
Yes. And so we have to lower the population. Too big.
That's specific.
And
That's more
I'm just
specific.
saying,
I
I would
going-
start with the handicap.
Also, I want to tell you a fun fact that makes this conversation way more dark after the pod.
Oh,
No, hold on, just say it.
just. I really don't
No,
care.
because
It's-
if I say it now,
No,
it makes
tell
it
it
sound
now,
like I'm
'cause-
asking.
Tell me now, because we're already talking about murdering the mentally and physically
No,
handicapped.
no. I don't want to bring
And
it up
this
now
dude-
because it makes it sound like I'm asking for a pity party.
Okay, I guess.
You know what I mean? So after the podcast.
Fine. Okay.
Anyways,
Can we please move on before more hate comments decide to spur onto this video and I get like.
I want everyone to know I'm a pacifist and I wouldn't actually kill anyone. But if I had to, automatically,
Wait.
I would start with
No,
the
no,
handicap.
Shut up. What did you just name yourself? Why did you? I'm changing it. Go away.
wait. What did he name him? Wait. Before you do it, I want to see what he named himself. Deceased Prince. Jesus.
I'm changing it.
Good job. Frankie, your sense of humor is the most dry, boring, yet impeccably hilarious thing in the universe.
Go 10!
Top 10.
How rude!
Yeah. Now you can't change your name too, so you're stuck like that.
Dude. Idiot.
Let me just.
Dead royal guy. That's actually pretty funny. I see what you did.
So we're just.
Ooh,
gonna nickname you.
Morgana. Best character in Persona 5.
Done.
Michael, what's the next,
So you're now renamed to Goten again.
$32 characters or fewer.
32 characters or fewer.
How is it that you're able to change your name?
I have admin privilege.
No, you don't.
And it don't stop
Yes, I do.
No, you don't.
so much.
Then how is it that I keep changing?
because you have the role of YouTube, and there is no administrator privileges you're
Girl?
given.
Joel keeps changing my name.
I'm so confused. How are you able to do so?
It's because I have
I didn't.
admin privileges.
I never gave you admin privileges.
Not willing.
I'm gonna look
So
at
what
this.
you're saying is, when it's his,
Oh no.
I lost my joke halfway through.
Oh.
I was in the middle of talking and I was just like, yeah.
Okay, let's see if this works now. Nope, not roles. We're gonna go to members and change his name again. What's
Oh,
the
is
worst
that
character that we
Incubus?
can call him?
Is that
Deceased
Incubus?
friends.
I like Incubus.
Anyway, so what were we talking about again before I got distracted?
We were talking about
The next segment. Unless you want to continue talking about the
murdering
Yeah.
innocent civilians.
That's where the podcast really shines.
cleaning.
Leaning. Oh my god. What are you, Hitler?
We have to lower the population. Where is another logical place to start?
Another logical place to start is not with like people whose lives are ruined by circumstance.
No, it totally is.
You don't choose to be like handicapped.
Exactly. They can't do anything about it. They are. I apologize for this. They are lower tier.
Jesus. Holy crap.
Where would you start?
Where would I start?
Where would you start?
Completely random civilians. Because then
Random
even
people. You could be
even-
killing the next Steve Jobs or Walt Disney.
shut your face, because here's my logic. Even though that's horrible, it's better than specifically choosing someone. It's like, hey, everyone on planet Earth, I put your name into this computer and it's going to pick out some random names. Sorry. Instead of, hey, all you crippled people
So
and
like the
mentally
Hunger
challenged people,
But for free-for-all.
I'm picking you specifically.
See, I am picking people that would just. So when I was done, the top percentile of mankind would be left. I'd be like Kira from Death Note.
Don't do. Doesn't Kira murder evil people?
Exactly. Those are second. Because you never know if a criminal is actually. There's always a bit of doubt whether they did it or not.
If a criminal is handicapped, then it's like,
Then
well,
the double kill. I'm gonna kill them twice.
It's a single kill.
Jesus. Thanks, guys. Thanks a lot.
Ooh, is that Pixie?
In the same vein,
Thanks.
who would
thanks
you
God.
kill first,
Who,
Prince?
me?
Yeah, who would you kill first?
Donald Trump.
Good.
No,
good
like
choice.
a group of people.
A
Like
group? The rich.
like I picked the handicapped. Michael picked random.
The rich.
Actually, I rescind my decision.
No. Too
Well,
late.
I have
It
a
is too
better
late.
idea.
You already set in stone. It's
I have,
set in stone. You
I have
can't-
a better idea. I have a better idea. Put the names of known criminals in said computer first.
Anyway, so
Give them a higher priority in the coding.
I would kill
But
the rich
it's still
first.
random.
The rich.
But it's still random. It's just they have a higher priority.
It's like a dope and draw.
I would choose the top 1% of the population.
You would kill the rich people?
Yes.
Why? Some of them are nice people.
And then some of them decide to be jerks.
Wow. And I'm the sociopath.
You're both sociopaths.
You would kill random people.
That's kind of
Yeah,
on the same level.
different
That's
than
kind of on
pointing
the
out
same
a
level.
specific group of
You
people.
have you both have no reasons for why you're doing. I, on the other hand, have an actual reason.
I do have reasoning. I do have reasoning. You know what that reasoning is?
You don't want anyone to feel less than anyone else.
Well, that for one. But
That's
no,
not the way the world works. There are a bunch of people who are lesser.
On this, I'm being forced. You're going. Hey, no, you have to choose part of the
that's
population.
basically what you're trying to push us to do.
That's
If it was really my decision, I would just kill whoever decided to kill me first.
If it was my decision, I would tell you to screw off and let people die naturally.
I want to leave the highest percent left.
So that way I can buy up more land.
No, not the 1%. The best quality.
So if we just
And then I'll
Well,
sell them.
How do you sell them? What?
Yes, I'll sell them to my alien friends.
Okay, we should go. We should.
But I have to be honest. If the random murders were to like give me some kind of like positive feedback, like I live longer by the deaths of these people, yes. Whoever and whomever.
Wow! And I don't want any reward from this besides making the human race
Wow.
Making the human race what?
better.
Better. So I'm a monster for wanting something that's literally selfish, but you're not because of something you consider selfless?
Exactly. I am what they call chaotic good. And you are neutral evil.
And then what am I compared to your standards?
Lazy.
not
Not lazy. It's called survivor. Okay.
It's okay, Joel, what do you consider worse? I want to kill people to keep my youngness, my youth, as it's called, because I said the wrong word like an idiot. Or I want to kill handicapped people because I think that will improve the world.
You weren't listening. I want to kill handicapped people first.
That's what I said.
No, you just only said handicapped. They're first.
Then who is second?
The criminals.
All right. Why would you go after the criminals second?
Because I don't know if they actually did it.
Okay. Anyway, so we're pretty high up there, but I'd say the handicapped people are worse.
The
Handicapped people are worse. I agree.
No, you killing the handicapped people are worse. Let me rephrase.
Is worse.
Is worse. Yes, you killing them is worse than whatever Michael decides to do.
He wants to be immortal by killing people. He's a vampire now.
The reason why I state that is that I'm literally terrified of death and the idea of non-existence. So,
I mean,
Post in the comments. Which one do you prefer? Selfish or selfless?
no, you can't put it like that. In the comments below,
audience
tell me.
in the comments, what do you prefer? Avoiding the terrifying possibility of the idea that
No. The situation has already happened. Oh, wait, never mind.
No.
I'm going to do
Shut
it
up.
because you two are the argument or whatever, the people who are arguing, and I'm the neutral guy here. So, in the comments below,
No.
choose your
No,
side.
I was gonna actually give both sides like a good sounding thing, and it's avoiding the terrifying, because this is my logic in my head, avoiding the terrifying idea of like non-existence after death and that there is nothing after you die, you simply vanish, or improving the world in what you believe to be an improvement by first murdering handicapped people and then murdering supposed criminals.
And then we go after the people who are drunks and drugs, and then if
That is
we still need
basically
more people to
a quarter
die,
of the
we would go
population.
after the people who have the lowest IQs. Up.
So you're basically murdering a good 80% of the world.
We don't need them.
You don't. God,
Anyway,
there's probably a few people that match that description that you're probably like close friends with or something.
Probably. That's okay.
what if
They'll understand.
what if you match one of those descriptions?
That's okay.
So you'd murder.
So-
I'll have someone take my place.
If you match one of those descriptions, this will be a Punisher situation in which you murder people.
I don't currently, but if I do.
Here, listen. You murder people, and then at the end you're like, "Well, I'm a murderer, so obviously I'm gonna take myself out after I'm done."
Oh, no. I wouldn't wait that long.
Okay.
Seen Saw?
Wait. What would you do then?
Have you ever seen Saw?
Yes.
So in Saw, he dies and he still kills people. That's me.
So wait, you brainwash people into doing your work for you? Because that's how it happened in Saw.
Yes.
Oh my god.
How long have we been going for? We've been going for an hour and 20 minutes.
We still haven't gotten to the remainder of. So let's move on to whatever's next.
Wow. I don't even know what's next. What's next? Please. Michael.
This has been officially the worst podcast, and that's sad because I had this structure planned out, and I was like, "Yeah, this is gonna be the best podcast we do. It's gonna it's gonna have a
An
structure."
argument
people
could
can
be
follow."
made that this could be the most entertaining podcast.
Yeah, I like this one the most so far.
So what you're saying is my structure improved everything?
Yes,
No,
you
what
did a good
improved
job.
everything was the fact that Frankie decided to say that the fact that he would murder the handicapped. That's the only reason why it was improved so much.
So you agree with it?
No, I don't agree with it.
Ow.
It was more entertaining for you to give your
Alrighty
reasons.
then, calm down. There's no need to be so rude. Jesus.
I like the new structure.
Thank you, Frankie. Jesus. Even though we're currently having an argument about
Way to
brutally
pander. Way to pander.
murdering handicapped people, I'm see eye to eye.
Anyway, what was the next thing we were doing?
I think it's talking about like our content, like what's coming up.
Anyway,
Oh my gosh, so much stuff is coming up. Be there.
so that's
Squid.
it. That's it.
I mean, I thought you were gonna like call out specific things, like, "Hey, soon I'm gonna be
I can't hear you. No, it's all secret. That's what the teaser trailers are for.
Michael,
All
They say it's a secret. They'll just tell people to like shut up and not paying attention."
so Michael, what is coming up on your channel?
I'm going to be hopefully soon, not streaming, recording Persona 5, because they're lifting the embargo just a little bit, so there'll be videos on that. And I've got a new series that I am currently uploading onto YouTube because it hasn't finished uploading yet. It's I guess I'll talk about it here because I like the idea, and I call it the Road Trip. Literally, what the name implies. I find a game in which you can drive around a large, like, expansive environment, and it's just like a calm, kind of like a road trip. That's all it is.
Mm-hmm.
So, I have a video coming up. It's Final Fantasy 15, the road trip, and good video. You should watch it when it.
Anyway, for me, basically nothing has changed. I'm still going to upload the Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, and Dexter videos to my channel. I have to record Dexter content probably today or tomorrow, whatever comes up.
I actually remembered something.
What?
I am in doing
In what?
the last. I'm doing night 6 of Five Nights at Freddy's 2.
Oh God.
I think I finally beat night 5, and I said I was going to do night 6. So that's going to happen before anything. When you
Okay.
see that,
I see it.
But also I was gonna say, hopefully soon there will be a little collaboration between
Between who?
what's up, girl, man. So get ready, prepare thine anus.
Yeah, Frankie, we have to figure out this Minecraft thing. This Minecraft
Yeah, you
PC
guys
thing.
still haven't done
We
the
still
Minecraft
haven't done
collab.
it, and we said we were going to do it. Frankie? Frankie? Did he die? Frankie? I think he died.
I
Anyway,
think he's dead.
he's
He
dead.
died.
Anyway, so guys, yeah, we were going to record that, but things got in the way. The first time we decided to do it, I forgot, and
I love how you literally just forgot.
I just forgot. And the second time around, Frankie canceled because he had stuff to do, and
He's dying.
we haven't rescheduled that. So, Frankie, is he still here or no? So yeah, so we possibly some new Minecraft stuff. If it went anything like the PS3 version of the game, it's going to be very entertaining, but no progress is going to be gotten. Like probably no progress at all. And Mr. Michael here thinks that we won't survive an episode.
I don't think you guys will survive an episode.
What are we talking about?
Oh, there you are.
Wow, you're back. What happened to you?
What are we talking about?
I was going to ask you when we were going to do the Minecraft series because we still haven't done that.
And I was gonna do when we get things working.
I have a bunch of crap done for the game channel, so we can record that whenever, as long as you upload it when I upload it.
Okay, so when are you free now? I mean, not now. Today to do it or tomorrow? Or
Tomorrow
Tuesday?
until 6, I have rehearsal.
Okay, so can you do today?
I kind of want to eat.
I mean, you don't have we don't need to do it right after. We could do it like a couple hours after.
7, 8.
7 8 is fine with me.
Cool.
Yay! So we're gonna record it and possibly have it uploaded within the next few weeks.
Or did you want to do the Pokemon thing? Because I think that might be easy.
Yeah, that might be easier if we figure out if we can do the trading and online play thing.
Wait, why don't I have a gun yet?
You don't have a gun?
Michael.
You're white.
I'm Hispanic.
Your name's Michael.
I mean, Michael is a name, but Michael doesn't determine what race you are.
Yeah.
His name's Michael. His character is white.
Character is white.
Yeah.
I don't think that's how that works.
I don't think that's how it works.
Michael is literally not a Spanish name.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter because name doesn't determine
Like,
your race.
it's so not Spanish in the translation, in the Spanish translation of the Bible. It's not Michael.
The origin of a name doesn't describe the
Person.
Say Michael in Spanish.
Michael. I don't know. I'm terrible at Spanish.
You can't, because it's not. It's literally one of those names you can't say, like John.
saying John in Spanish is just saying John with a Spanish accent.
No,
John.
saying John in Spanish is Juan, because you have to change the whole name.
A name's pronunciation doesn't have to do with the language. A name's pronunciation has to do with like the person, like how they were named. I could name my son Michael, but then have it pronounced Mikhail.
Anyway.
But you can't say that in Spanish.
So, guys, this is going to be the end of the podcast. We've been going for a good hour and a half here. I hope.
I thought it was supposed to be 2 hours now.
Is it going to be 2 hours?
That's what.
Michael?
Do you guys want to go 2 hours?
I mean,
I'm doing a whole lot of nothing, so I'm fine with that.
I mean, yeah.
That's what I thought it was.
Okay, we're going for 2 hours then. I guess we're going for a full 2 hours. This is a very special podcast now. Because we usually do what, an hour?
Yeah.
All right, so let's get AJ in here. Because
I would love it if we could just have a random guest actor just come in, just like, and now there's AJ. Hi. Hey, what are you up to?
Acting?
Hi.
We actors?
Well, that's not the word I meant to use, but you know what I mean.
I'm still confused on how he's able to change his name, even though he doesn't have the permission to.
Because I feel like it.
Am I unique?
Oh, I misspelled free accidentally.
I like how Frankie named himself. I can change my name.
Just to spite him.
It's just to spite him. Jesus. Radical Radio. That's a good one.
Oh, he's not free at the
But,
moment,
oh
but
my God.
I guess he can join us in the next podcast if he's able.
Dodge.
What's next on the thing, though?
Well, we technically went through the whole thing, so I guess we could go back to like just talking about whatever.
I'm
I don't know. Any interesting news articles to bring up?
Yeah, apparently they're going to release the Logan black and white version, the black and white cinematic thing that they were doing.
I can talk. I can ask some questions that are hypothetical, but
Go. Hi guys. We sure didn't do another hour and a half's worth of work and then forgot to record at the end of it.
No.
That sure didn't happen. We sure did.
No, shut up. Nothing happened. What are you talking about?
So if that didn't happen, then why did you say hi, guys?
Shh. Anyway, guys, I don't know. I'll probably add this towards the end. The podcast is not over. We're going to do like an extra 30 minutes or so, depending on how far the conversation goes. So, I think we were doing Would You Rather questions. And if you would like to have any questions for the podcast, please leave them down in the comments below.
I wasn't doing. There was just a bunch of hypotheticals, but
I know, but if you would like to ask questions or have discussions for us to talk about in later podcasts,
I will read every single comment that you guys put down there, and I will ask every single eventually.
So you're going to go to my video and then watch them? Thank you for the views.
I think soon we should set up the
what?
the email I was talking about.
What email?
The freaking questions and or comments to the email address.
No, I think they should just leave them in the comments. It's easier that way.
Leave them in the comments so that if like the podcast ever gets like, I hate to say things like this, but well known, even though that makes me sound douchey, but it will just get flooded out by a bunch of garbage. So
I will read all of them.
And so will I. So it doesn't really matter.
You're gonna read all of them?
All of them.
I will hold you to that in the future. Like aggressively hold you to it.
If they even decide.
So, guys, how are we familiar with Disney?
Yes.
Are we familiar with Cinderella?
Yes.
Vaguely, but yes.
So, Cinderella has glass slipper, right?
Yeah.
It fits perfectly.
Yeah.
Why did it fall off?
I don't know. I don't
Because-
know things about women's footwear.
Because bad plot.
Because bad plot. Okay, I guess that makes. If you could write your own 10 commandments that your friends had to follow for a month, what would they be?
Ooh.
Number one. The only person who's allowed to make furry jokes is me. Number two. What else? Number two. You're not allowed to. you're not allowed to have lazy, uncreated opinion. So if you hate something that I like, I'm fine with it so long as you can go, oh, but I dislike it for this reason, instead of, I don't know, I just don't like it.
No, 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 no. Are you going back to the point where I didn't like One Punch Man?
No, 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 no. Well, yes, actually, specifically that. I'm just saying I hate people who have
What
just
if they don't know the reason why they don't like it? They just have that feeling that they're not going to enjoy it, and they don't know the
then I
reason
don't
why.
like their opinion. I literally, one of my biggest pet peeves is someone who has an opinion but doesn't have like words formed around that opinion. I hate this thing. Why? I don't know. I just do. I like this thing. Why? I don't know. It's like,
Some
have an
people don't
opinion.
know why they
Don't
like it. They have to like really dig deep on why they like it in order to get some sort of form of an opinion. I,
dig deep. Think of why you like something. Think of why you
what do you
hate
think?
something.
What I've been doing? I just didn't like One Punch Man, and I didn't give it much thought because it was like, oh
Then I
well, I
dislike
didn't
your
really
opinion due to the
think
fact that you don't
anything of
have
it.
actual opinions formed around said opinion.
I didn't hate the anime. I just didn't think much of it because I didn't. It didn't get me interested. So I was like, oh okay, whatever. Put it in the back of my mind. So I was like, might as well. Yeah. AJ keeps on coming in and out, and it's weird. Guys, guys. Hello.
Just have an opinion. That's all I'm stating.
Okay, there we go.
You make it sound like it's a complicated. Have those all the time.
Is it?
What?
I literally prefer it when people have terrible, uninformed opinions to them having like no opinion.
It no. Some people just don't know why they like things, and I could understand if they're not being a jerk about it. If they just hate the
In
anime
my
just for the sake
like,
of
I'm
hating the anime,
literally,
then then we have a
I
problem.
know I'm being stubborn about something stupid, but I am literally like on the side of just have one word for your opinion. Why do you dislike One Punch Man? I don't like Saitama's character design. That's a dumb opinion, but all right, I am totally okay with that.
No, if it's all like I give them benefit of the doubt. It's glass half full for me.
You are literally using analogies that don't even make sense in this situation.
No, it makes sense in this
Glass half
situation by
full.
the way I'm
Hakuna
thinking of it.
Matata.
Yeah, Hakuna Matata it means no worries.
I said that as a sarcastic way to shut down the fact that you're saying like things that make no sense, and then you
That
went with the thing
fits
that
in this
I was making
situation. It
fun of
really
you
doesn't
for.
matter. But it really
It doesn't
matter.
matter. You could say anything you want, but literally, I prefer it if people have terrible opinions to if they have no opinion.
No.
I hate Persona 5. Why? Because it's anime. Okay, cool, good.
I don't like Persona, the series, just because it's too far done, and I can't get into five
Well,
games.
technically,
5 games, far out of it, too far out of the loop. It's not for me.
all the games are isolated, and you can start anywhere you want, but that's fine.
That's what they said about Final Fantasy. Lie.
What?
It's the same thing as Final Fantasy, he says.
Well, technically, all the Final Fantasy games are isolated, and you can play whichever one you
Not all of
want
them.
without having to worry about the other ones, but that's fine.
Not all of them.
I have this thing where I need to go order.
Yeah, the same. If I don't know what's going on, then
Also,
what?
the Persona games are like way shorter than like the Final Fantasy.
I wouldn't know how long that is.
Yeah, I wouldn't know either.
Final Fantasy is like hours and hours, whereas like Persona 4 or the Persona games, probably not the first 3 games, which is Persona 1, Persona 2, Innocent Sin, Persona 2 Eternal Punishment. Those are like those old RPG addicts of like, this is like really difficult. You need to spend hours farming. But like 3, 4, and 5, you could go through them pretty quick.
Okay, so just because this question somehow turned talking about Persona, I'm going to move on to the next question. If for every piece of meat
I didn't get. I didn't.
you had to kill an animal it came from, would you do it?
I'd become a vegetarian.
I don't eat meat that much.
That wasn't the question.
Yes, so
I
it
am
really doesn't affect me because I don't
aggressive.
eat meat that much. I eat chicken and cereal and things that aren't meat.
Skittle has pork in it. Skittle, you have to kill a.
Skittles?
Yep, it has pork in it.
I don't eat Skittles.
Starburst.
Don't eat
Anything
Starburst
that has
either.
bone meat.
Anything that has any form of animal byproduct in it.
You're basically a vegan now. Like milk, you have to kill a cow.
Yeah, but
Wait, do you have to kill the cow for the milk?
Yes.
it's just.
Jesus, that's pretty
What about
far.
Okay,
God, I
so
love
we're basically
milk.
killing any animal because of the food that it produces.
Yes.
So that's literally
You
anything we
actually-
eat, we have to kill.
I'm like,
No.
I come to your house for Thanksgiving, and I'm like, dude, let's go full on turkey time. You have to kill the
Oh,
turkey to cook it.
You have to kill
kill
multiple
it.
turkeys. You have to kill the turkey for every piece of the meat you ate.
So you're killing a whole turkey for at least like a piece of turkey.
Yes.
Worst trade-off ever.
So would you do it?
No.
So you would become a vegan.
Yes. I'll
I
eat
would do it.
salad. Or do I have
If
to kill
I
the tree
if
too?
I if I had to
Just
kill,
say salad comes from.
Or whatever salad comes from.
Wow.
I could care less of where salad comes from.
Comes from the cabbages, heads of lettuces.
Lettuce. I didn't get to, but I wanted to make my commandments. If people,
Nope. We're too far gone.
I wanted to make my command.
We're too far. We only got into 3 of my. So you find out your family is from an evil organization who murdered the innocent.
Uh-huh.
Would you honor the family name or put shame?
I guess put.
I guess put shame.
I
Wait.
suppose I would put.
Can I ask, like, why are they killing us?
Yeah, why are they?
Fun.
Huh?
Fun.
It's fun.
Just for the lulz?
Yep.
Then I'd shame the heck out of my family.
Shame, 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 shame.
Shame. Get it? It's a reference. What the heck are you doing?
I don't know. I'm bored.
If you could choose one book or movie,
Talk about something if you're bored, you horrible rich.
So, Frankie, continue.
There's literally a good.
if you were invisible for 12 hours, what would you do? We're skipping to Prince because we all know he's a klepto.
What does that mean?
That means you like to steal.
No, I wouldn't
You don't
steal
know. That's so
at
many.
first. It would probably come down to stealing, but that was not what I would do first.
You're telling me that when I asked that, that's not the first thing that popped into your head?
No, it's not the first thing that popped into my head.
What was it?
Murder
Literally the-
everybody and get away with it.
Why would that be what comes to mind?
I don't know.
And
It's just the first.
I'm
It was the
the
first thing
sociopath.
that popped in. I was like, okay.
Most sociopaths. You know what my answer to that question was going to be?
Oh, please tell us.
I would English. I would love to just do stupid things that, like, you know, people would get mad at me for if I wasn't invisible. Like, I'd just walk up to people and just flip them off. Because I would find it hilarious that I'm like, doing things that the public would normally see as, hey, don't do that. That's kind of rude.
I've
But
thought
I'm
about messing
totally
with people.
allowed, but I have the ability to do it due to the fact that no one can see me.
After I thought about murdering everybody, I was like, you know what? Maybe I should mess with people first. But then I was like, nah. Murdering people is more fun.
Like, one of the things I would love to do
Because
is
I don't think
follow someone
health benefits.
as they walk into their home so that I can basically recreate a really good horror novel, a short novel. And basically what I would do is I would move every single object in their home slightly, enough that they could see it was moved, but not enough that like it looked like someone like moved them.
So, because we lost the awesome question that I asked this Prince in the last podcast,
No.
I'm
I'm not. I'm not
going to
answering.
bring
Screw you.
something in the
Screw.
similar vein.
Screw you.
If you have to have sex with one of your siblings or the Hulk, which one do you choose?
Can it be She-Hulk?
Sure, it can be She-Hulk.
Josh? Did he break?
Wait, do I have to answer this?
Yes.
Yeah, you do.
You do.
Oh, I thought this was another one that was just for you.
No.
No, it's not just for him.
I choose She-Hulk.
I don't have any siblings, I believe.
There's my answer.
I think I would also choose.
You would? See?
Yeah, it'd be very painful, but I'd choose.
Yeah. Compared to Bruce Banner, it's like infinitely more times more better. Words.
A building is on fire. Oh wait, Michael, pick.
What?
Pick between Hulk or any Hulk
Or a
for that matter.
sibling.
Or a sibling.
But I don't have siblings, so like I literally have like one side of the thing I can't choose.
I don't know. I chose She-Hulk.
I like how I'm putting out this thing like it's difficult for me to answer this question due to the fact that I don't have siblings, and you just keep literally glossing over it. Like, okay, anyways.
Fine.
So Hulk. by
I guess.
By default.
default, Hulk. Good luck.
You all chose it too. Don't say good
No, we
luck to
chose
me.
She-Hulk.
The question said Hulk.
Yeah,
and
but I
yet,
asked him, could I swap She-Hulk for She-Hulk, and he said fine.
That's obviously my answer.
You already answered Hulk by default.
Oh my god. I answered the thing by default that you've given me.
So, a building is on fire.
Okay.
Einstein and a baby.
Einstein and a baby?
Who would you save?
The baby.
Who?
We have to save either Einstein or the baby in a fire in a building.
At what point? Like, at what point in Einstein's life, I mean?
It's a baby in a cradle.
I'm saving
At
the
what
baby.
point in Einstein?
Oh, what point in Einstein's life?
Yeah.
He's 50.
The baby. Always the baby.
He's a baby?
No. There's a baby or Einstein. I'm choosing the baby.
Einstein still hasn't made the theory of relativity or that good stuff.
I'd say
The baby.
Einstein, I guess, because with the logic I have now, Einstein's like a important figurehead in history.
All right, so ready?
What?
Both committed manslaughter.
The baby.
What? The who?
Both?
Wait,
Both have the baby
Committed.
and Einstein.
No. Deceased Prince and Michael,
Okay.
I'm gonna kill myself. I'm gonna
by
actually-
choosing to save one life and letting another life die, when you let the other life die, you manslaughter, and you.
So guess what's going on now? Guess what's happening?
But
My PlayStation 4 will straight up not upload the video I've been waiting actual physical hours for.
R.I.P.
Going to kill myself.
Would you rather know all the languages in the world or know how to play all the instruments?
Know all the languages in the world.
I would rather play all the instruments.
I would know. I would want to speak every language in the world. Because I can like.
You're never going to be able to use it.
What do you mean?
Like, knowing all the languages in the world, you're not going to be able to.
But I'll know when someone tries to trash talk me in another language.
Why do you
Joel,
care that much?
So that,
Joel,
so I know-
Joel, your logic is horrible. Here's why you should learn all the languages. No, no matter where you go in the world, you will never need to learn the language. You only need to take time to learn the language. I could go to Japan right now and not have to worry about spending time learning how to like read Japanese and speak.
See, I don't care about people. So playing all the instruments sounds pretty lit to me.
Yeah, but
Well, I don't care about. I literally, if I were to ever learn an instrument, it would just be like maybe guitar. That's it. I don't care about any other instrument.
I think.
I can already play that.
What about the drums?
I can already play that.
I choose language.
Language is way cooler.
I think music is way. It's a beautiful language that you guys won't be able to talk.
But is it a
I can
language?
just go to a class and learn it.
Yeah.
You can do that with words.
Yeah.
Why?
But
You're gonna
Like-
learn like you're gonna
Like-
know so many
like-
different African
like-
languages that you're never going to use.
I also know dead languages.
That you're never going to use.
But
Dead languages I'm never going to use. That would be cool.
If you invented your own language, what would you call it?
gibberish.
That's
That's the name.
is that it? Is that you guys answer at all?
I answered.
My answer.
You can't
I would-
answer gibberish. That's already a language.
I would literally call it because it would be a series of socially awkward stumbles and stutters and mumbles.
How's a language socially awkward?
Because it's made by me.
So everything you say in that language is socially awkward?
Yeah,
I feel bad if that becomes ever a national language.
yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what to call it.
Dude, it's made by me.
I don't know the
Everything.
I don't know the troll language. I guess.
The troll language.
I don't know.
You know, times you say things and they make me not reconsider our friendship, but definitely consider the quality of it.
The quality of our friendship is amazing.
Says the guy who just said troll unironically.
What do you mean? 'Cause-
Ah!
I don't know, because I just associated a word that I'm very familiar with and that I kind of I'm kind of like. So troll was the first thing that popped in my head.
Considering the state of your face, mate.
What was that? Oh, it's the notification.
It's gonna keep spinning.
What?
I think he put an endless GIF in the thing.
Yeah. Why wouldn't I do that?
All right, cool. Do you watch Doctor Who?
No.
I've watched up until a little bit into David Tennant.
Nope. I've seen a single episode.
That's the one season.
2 seasons.
Okay, I'm skipping that one then. It was a question asking if an English remake of Doctor Who would.
No, I don't. I
Okay.
don't watch Doctor Who.
I thought I was gonna say that I do know like a lot of like popular Doctor Who stuff, like for example like Daleks and stuff. So if it had something to do with that,
I'm taking a quiz right now about what impression I would make at Hogwarts.
you know what you should do?
What? Hello?
Hello?
Frankie, you're echoing.
No freaking way! I haven't changed anything.
Okay, now it's
You
not
broke everything.
echoing anymore.
What?
Yeah, it echoed for like a split second, then it just disappeared.
I raised you better than this, Frank.
Oh my god.
What if no one ever asked hypothetical questions?
No, here's what the quiz said. What impression I would make if I was at Hogwarts? And it has a Facebook
Hey,
post.
Joel.
What?
Joel. You're doing a quiz right now, right?
I mean, I finished it. Yeah.
Well, you know what you should have been doing instead of
What?
being on the.
I mean, this is about conversation, so I'm starting some conversation right now. Harry Potter says he's so fun to go around on adventures with and have saved me many times. Hermione says he's amazing. He's my only friend that doesn't make me do their homework. Okay. Neville says, "Oh, you are so nice to stand up for me all the time." I don't know if I agree with this or not.
I don't agree with any of that. Was that supposed to be about you?
Yeah. I would
That is definitely not accurate.
I kind of would agree with Hermione. Like, I don't force people to do my homework. I'd rather do my own homework. But the adventures thing from Harry Potter is a little iffy. But Neville and Hermione, I agree with.
You would not stand up for Neville.
I would stand
You
up
don't
for
stand
Neville.
up for anyone. I didn't even think you stand up for yourself.
I do. It just doesn't turn out well because I'm not good with words or people.
You would dig poor Neville into a deeper hole.
No, I would not.
A hole that has to relates to how he would not want to be crippled.
God. I would kind of agree with 2 out of the 3. What author? What? Who are you, an Arthurian legend? Okay.
We should. Oh, I know this won't make sense to any of you guys, but we should. I will. Oh my god, I need to look for that right now. But
What?
I'm gonna look up a stupid like personality quiz that tells you which arcana you. And I know it won't make sense to you guys. But
Is that a
it'll-
Yu-Gi-Oh thing?
What?
What?
You said Arcana.
Arcana?
Yes, Yu-Gi-Oh.
Nope, not Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yes, Yu-Gi-Oh.
It's Arcana's based off of tarot cards.
Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
No, tarot cards.
Yeah, they use,
Yu-Gi-Oh.
are tarot cards
Tarot.
like fortune telling?
Yes,
They
like
have
the
fortune
Fool,
telling
the
Yu-Gi-Oh
Magician.
cards
the
and Yu-Gi-Oh.
I already did that.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yes.
Then what did you get?
The Lovers.
You got the Lovers?
What's happening? What is happening?
It's like, I thought you'd be more like the Magician.
What is happening?
I'm pretty sure I got the Lovers.
What is happening?
Well, I'm gonna upload the link again. If you want to do it, Frankie, because I'm actually super interested in seeing the results. You can if you want, or just stick with the Lovers. And Darren,
Yes, sir, Mr. Matt Pat, sir.
I'm politely asking you, not telling you. You don't need to sarcastically call me sir.
Yes, sir, Mr. Matt Pat, sir.
Just upload the link. I would like to do this as
Well,
well because I don't know what I'd get. Where? I guess
You don't boss Matt Pat around, okay? Matt Pat bosses you around.
Be quiet, Frankie.
Around. I'm politely asking people.
I'll do it. This sounds
I know. I'm
interesting.
just saying, bossing people around. I'm just saying, like, hey, please do this. It'd be pretty.
You don't boss Matt Pat around. Matt
Jesus
Pat
Christ.
bosses you around.
I mean, every time he's asked me to do something, I didn't do it. So
You don't boss.
Jesus Christmas, you are so loud.
You're not my supervisor.
God,
God, you gotta stop watching freaking Archer.
are you good? Are you good? Did you get that out of your systems?
I'm waiting for the link.
I'm waiting for the link as
Jim-
well.
I'm grabbing the link you.
Link.
Link.
There you go.
Yay! Here we go.
That's not the link I was waiting for.
Which among these
Well-
could you consider as your worst trait right now? Shy, manipulative, strict, ignorant, loner, fearful, indecisive, competitive, lustful, arrogant.
I'd like to think that Joel's very lustful.
I'm posting the actual link.
What are you posting?
What are you posting?
The actual link.
Is it Link from Legend of Zelda? I
It
hate
is.
you. I actually.
It is. Okay, so I think I'm mainly out of all of these. I think I'm a loner.
It said your worst quality, right?
Yeah, your worst
Yeah.
quality.
So if I don't consider manipulative a bad quality,
That is a very
What-
bad quality.
Okay. What would you consider that other people would state to be your worst trait? If you want
is that how the question is phrased?
It is not, but I know you're trying to find like a way out of it.
I'm not putting manipulative because I don't think it's my worst trait.
I put loner. Which among these could you consider as your best trait right now?
I'm putting
I think fair and just is a good best quality.
indecisive. Which among these could you consider your best trait?
I think fair and just is mine.
Versatile.
Yeah. I'm stuck between fair and just and humble.
You're not humble.
Then fair
You are
and just.
definitely not.
How about fair and just? Goal oriented, obedient, brave, loving, versatile, leader.
I don't want to.
No,
I don't
not-
want to. The phrase "loving" and Joel's like face both placed on the same like mindset.
understands life. I think that should be the best one. I think.
I'm actually super excited to hear the end of this.
I'm gonna put understands life.
The next question is: which of the following aspects are you good at? Academics, sports, music, all of the above. And I'm hitting all.
I'm not good at sports. I'm okay at music. Academics, I'm pretty okay with. I think out of these, I think I'm gonna do academics. Which of these achievements have you been aiming for lately? Personal achievements, public achievements, both, ID achievements, things that just make me feel comfortable. Personal achievements. Guys, if you were, are you on question 5 right now?
I guess both. I'm on 4 still. Yeah.
If you were given,
Personal achievement.
if you were given a special power right now, which would you prefer? Harness the strength of my friends,
Illusion and phantasm.
instant powers, teleport, explosion, etc. Healing, support, knowledge, summoning powers, Clairvoyance. What is clairvoyance again? I forget.
Means you can
Like all knowing kind of.
Okay. Shapeshift, godlike physical strength, neutralize or nullify other powers, time travel, illusion, and phantasm, invisibility.
I picked illusions.
I put instant powers.
Which of the following parts of the movie do you find to be the most interesting?
Beginning, rising action, climax, conclusion, ending.
Rising action.
Climax. How much impact
How much
does falling in love made into your life? I changed my whole life. Several changes, little changes, no changes. It has still not yet crossed my mind. I'm going to go with no change.
I, on the other spectrum, am going to go with it.
Which question are you guys on right now?
Did love change your life?
No, how much impact has falling in love made into you?
I haven't fallen.
Question 7.
No change. So anyway, question 8.
Which of the following best describes your opinion regarding the changes in your life lately? I wish things were how they used to be. I don't like it now. I'm having a hard time, but I have to cope up sooner or later. Changes are opportunities I'll gladly...
I'm choosing I'm having a hard time, but okay, yep, that one.
I'm on question number 9.
At the moment,
I'm going with changes are opportunities.
At the moment,
You
would you consider yourself a potential leader?
Yes.
Yes,
I'd say
I guess.
Yep.
To what extent do you pursue your goals in life?
I make it my top priority. I change my lifestyle so that way everything I do takes me one step closer to my goal.
I'm the bottom one. I don't have any specific goals in life.
I have some goals.
I have goals. I believe no matter what,
Strength.
fate will bring me closer to them one day. Relax.
How do you interpret this word? Physical capabilities, intellectual and emotional capabilities, relationships, survival in this world.
Intellectual and emotional capabilities.
Same here.
Yep. Career-wise, how sure are you at your career you choose in the past? Have in mind right now, or plan to do in the future? I'm comfortable with it. I don't feel comfortable with my career right now. I never wanted to have this kind of career.
I'm kind of lazy, and I don't want to have any kind of career, so I'm just going to hit that last one down there.
I'm comfortable with it.
Looking at oneself, regardless of what gender you were born with. I was born a male, and I consider myself a male. I was born a female. Female. I'm not sure of my gender. Consider myself the opposite.
Okay, I'm going to go with I was born a male, and I'm still consider myself a male.
I guess I'm going to go with that one. I don't even think gender's real anymore.
You have lived.
The question said sex.
What is your opinion on?
What is your opinion about fairness? Everything should be fair, no matter the cost. If it's just a simple act, we could let it away. I sometimes tend to be unfair whenever it benefits me. Rules are meant to be broken anyway.
Everything should be fair, no matter what the cost.
Yes.
I think I was going to go with number 2. If it's just a simple act, we could let it slip away.
You're the problem.
Oh, this is a question for me, all right. How happy are you right now? I am very much contented with my life. Enjoy life every once in a while, but sometimes I am not contented with my life, for there are many things. I hate my life.
I am very contented with my life.
I'm also very contented with my life.
I'm going to have to go with answer number 3.
How do you face your inner problems? I do not deal with them immediately. It's just stress. I deal with them after consulting some of my friends. I think for a moment, but I can never let the day end without solving it. I deal with it as soon as possible.
Number 3.
With them immediately. It's just stress.
I deal with them after consulting some of my friends. I don't know.
How do you balance your life? I focus only on the important aspects that will help me improve. I try to balance almost everything. In life, there needs to be sacrifices. We cannot be a jack of all trades. It's called. I do things randomly. Balance is not needed.
That one's me. I do things randomly.
I think I try to balance
Yeah,
almost
likewise.
everything.
Nah, I'm
Who
random.
do you want to be with right now the most? Family, friends, special someone, particularly.
No one particularly.
Special someone.
Special someone.
No, no one in particular.
How do you most likely solve a relationship conflict? I give way to the other person, persons. I insist on what I think is right. I consider all possible factors first before I do anything. I let time heal.
Consider all possible factors before I do anything.
Yeah, I do that.
Same here. Life is full of hardships. Beggars have become a...
Simple poverty.
Which of the following responses would you probably do when you see a beggar? I give them food, talk to them, so try to ease...
Their pain and
I
suffering.
give them alms to help them with what I give them alms when no one is looking because I find the act embarrassing. Life is unfair, but it is not my responsibility to carry the burdens of others.
What's alms?
I guess like you give them stuff, money, food, whatever.
Yeah, I already chose. I give when I can, but to think of a person you know who has made a big mistake lately, if you were to relive that day when he/she did that mistake, which of the following would you do? Would you most likely do? I'd stop him/her immediately. I just watch. It does not involve me. I talk to him/her about it once he/she realizes what has been done. I'll make it worse for him/her. Lessons need to be learned the hard way.
I stop them immediately.
I'll talk to him/her about it once he realizes what has been done.
Given these options,
If given these,
I would make it worse for him or her.
Wait, why?
Why? Well, naturally, I would talk to them before they did it, consult them about it as like a rational thing, and this is assuming they didn't listen to me. So, this is just a lesson to listen to me.
okay, I'm gonna choose. I'll talk to him/her.
Yeah. I think. Wait, did we finish recording the podcast? Or are we still recording?
We're still recording.
Oh, okay.
Who among these do you prioritize the most in your life? God, family, friends, myself, someone special. Special someone.
I'd say like family and
Family and friends.
Why
in
is
your life.
if family and friends should be two separate options?
I don't know.
In your life, which kind of people have you often talked to and felt that you've grown or have?
The elderly, the couple, single teenagers, kids. The elderly, I think.
Say like
I think I say the elderly.
look into yourself. In terms of maturity, how do the people around see a mature person who they can talk to at times? The teen who loves freedom, too knowledgeable, the approach, and
The matured person whom they can talk to.
No.
keep thinking that. I'm gonna go with the one who's difficult.
The teen who loves freedom, approachable but not too knowledgeable.
If you were in a situation where your dearest friends are caught up in a mess and are about to be punished, the following would you mostly do? Take the blame for... excuse me. Try and help them by talking out of the situation. Threaten the people who are messing up with your friends. Let them be. Don't fall.
The first two. Can I pick two?
No.
No. It's either take the blame or talk people out of it.
I tried to help them by talking out of the situation.
I'll take the blame.
I take the blame. That's probably what I'd do.
How did you live your life until now after experiencing such?
To her life. May it be in the simple how did you live your life until now after experience
I want to make them pay someday.
it?
I'll never
Don't
forget
do anything.
what they did, but I
It's already
won't
the
do
past.
anything about it. It's
And try to
already
forget such
okay.
events.
It's already in the past, but I have learned my lesson. I try to forget. I think I've already. It's already in the past, and I haven't, and I have learned from it.
I'd go with the second end.
I'm going with the third one. Look into your deepest. Look onto your deepest character. How do you lecture other people whenever they do something? Do you find yourself saying things on others on others that would have been best lectured onto you by another person? I don't know.
I'd say, yeah, probably. Celebrations, parties, and events. Every now and then, which of the following best describes how you socialize in these kinds? It's a lot.
Not at all. Not at all. Not at all.
With others is not much. If someone or needed to, not at all.
Yep, not at all.
Josh, you're cutting off a lot.
I bet.
For me, he's
People
not cutting
care
off.
People care about you. No man lives for himself and has lived his life without receiving a small charity from another. Which of the following best describes how do you most likely respond to someone who has done something for you? The person and give him or her something in return. I say thanks. I click the wrong freaking button. I say thanks. I treat it as a big favor in his or her part, which makes it difficult for me to ask once again. There's no need to overreact. Did not ask him or her.
I think I say I treat it as a big favor from his/her. The world is a big and each place has its own customs, traditions, and way of living. Which is your opinion of cultural differences? Okay. I don't care about differences. I live my life the way I want it. I don't usually notice the differences, but which is why I often end up being in a conflict with others. I know the differences, but I don't consider it. I accept it fully and try not to discriminate others.
I'm definitely number 4.
Yep, 4.
I know the differences, but I don't consider it.
Wow.
And I don't care about the differences. I do what I want.
Wow.
A lot of questions so far. How truthful did you answer these questions?
As truthful as
I could
possible.
possibly be.
I'm confident about some of my answers. I wasn't truthful.
Among these choices, which best describes how you see and respond to the events in your life? Abyss. What the heck? What are these? Karma, paradox,
These are
destiny.
like how do you view the events in your life? Abyss is a miseries that are caused by those who want to keep you down. Competition is life is all about the survival of destiny. Everything happens. Paradox. I take responsibility. Everything that happens has an evil.
I think I'm stuck between destiny and paradox.
This is the last assessment. After taking the time to answer these questions, the following is the closest unto how to describe your understanding. I'm more confused right now than I was before I took this assessment. I'm just glad I finished answering.
Yeah, same. I'm glad I finished. I'm a fool.
Oh, I got a new one. I got a new Arcana.
These are literally Yu-Gi-Oh cards, by
These are not Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
Yeah,
No, they are.
I see the similarities.
No. They are like Sartorius and GX uses.
Yeah, yeah,
Based off
I understand.
cards.
Would you get
So
Josh?
okay, let's go round table.
Okay.
What did Frankie get?
Fool.
You got the Fool?
Yep.
What does the fool?
Oh, that's
what does the
that's
fool mean?
Oh, hold on. Your personality is shaped by the people's actions and decisions. You are the jack of all trades, having a wild potential depending on how you choose your life. Easily influenced by others. Be careful how you choose to live your life and of the people you choose to be with. Your life holds a network of infinite possibilities because of your natural talent and skills in all aspects of life.
Okay. What did you get?
It means I'm awesome.
Okay, you want to hear mine next?
Yeah.
I got the Hierophant. The Hierophant is a symbol of education, authority, and obedience to relationships with. I don't have a relationship with the divine, but good enough. You are a person who interprets sacred mysteries or esoteric principles. Third enough, quite wise and logical. However, you are somehow associated.
You just cut out.
You have, uh, the Hierophant is a symbol of education, authority, conservatism, obedience, relationship with the divine. You are a person who interprets sacred mysteries and esoteric principles. You are matured enough, quite wise and logical. However, you are somehow associated with the past.
Cool.
What number are you?
What number am I?
Yeah, the card number.
V.
That's
5.
I think.
Oh, the Emperor.
What number are you, Frankie?
0.
Yeah. The Fool is 0. It's nothing but infinite possibility.
Yep, that's
Cool.
me.
Awesome.
What did Joel get?
All right, I got the Priestess, I think. Yeah, the Priestess.
Oh, dude, you got the Priestess?
Yeah. The Arcana is means of which, by which all is revealed. The silent voice within one's heart whispers the most profound wisdom. The Priestess is a symbol of hidden knowledge and or untapped power, wisdom, mystery, and patience. Usually quiet, reserved, and
two?
very intelligent. Often modest and shy. Won't open up easily to others. You have 6. Okay.
Are you 2?
Yeah.
Now, what I'm gonna do is I gotta. So this is me leaving, but I'm gonna look up images of characters based off of each of your arcanas.
No. Just look at the podcast chat.
Nope, we're not using Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I'm looking up characters. I'm gonna look up
These are
characters.
amazing.
I'm gonna look up characters from the Persona series that have the same arcana as you guys, because I think
What does it have to do with the Persona series?
It said Persona right in the beginning of the
It's
quiz.
Persona right at the beginning. Also, in real life, arcana like tarot cards aren't based off of personality traits. They're based off of like something else. I forget. In Persona, they match the arcana to the people. So each arcana has to do with like the personality of the character.
So I'm really good. I think the Priestess is how I think I fit the Priestess really well.
It just basically said you're good at everything. I think that
What, for the Fool or the Priestess?
the Fool.
Mine is pretty good.
So Frankie got the what was it? Fool,
Yeah.
which is this guy and this guy. I gotta look.
Also, guys, if you would like to take this quiz for yourselves, there's going to be a link in the description that you guys can follow.
You told me he was a murderer.
He is the murderer.
Rip,
The white-haired guy is not a murderer, and black hair is a murderer.
rip.
So that's your Persona 4 equivalent. And the character with that arcana in P5 is,
What, for the Fool?
yeah, the Fool.
Okay.
Now, I'm going to look. But I'm going to go. So, bye, guys. I hope you either enjoy the rest of the podcast or just enjoy the.
I guess we could end it right now with everybody still here.
Okay.
Guys, if you have enjoyed, please like and subscribe if you have. And if you would like to take the quiz, I'll probably just post the link in the description. Yeah, this is going to be part 2 of the podcast, and I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you have a nice day. As anyways, guys, see you guys in the next video. Later.
Bye.